could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange.
What's up, guys? Masta Styles here, back with another class breakdown video. And this is a mini series that I've been doing. It's been about a month. It's been that long. And when it comes to the class breakdown, we go through the classes. We talk about each class. In the previous video, we talked about summoners, energy, and hunter heroes. In this episode, we're going to be covering tanks and support, as you can see from the thumbnail or the title. First, we're going to start out with the tanks. And the way how this works is we go through the tanks, we'll look at their gears for PvE and PvP, and potentially where you can use them. But again, tanks are very niche when it comes to PvE. PvP, you are gonna pretty much use them everywhere else, right? So first up, let's talk about the tanks that we have. Tachikoma is a collab hero, and so is Ray. Tachikoma is great. If you can get him to Immortal and EX30, he works very well with the tank team because he gives shields, and when he dies, he puts everybody in the Guardian state for 15 seconds. Can't get him right now. Interested to see what they do this upcoming update, if they're gonna do what I said, which they should release one of the collab heroes banner, but that's just my idea. Ray is the same way. Great tank, healer, and great frontliner too. So not too much to say there because you can't really access them. Zyda, I don't really use her. I thought they were gonna awaken her, but they didn't. So stay great frontliner too. She got heal in her kit, but very tanky. But I don't really use her that much. So let's hop over to the other four tanks that you're most likely going to use. Up first, we have Carabin. Carabin is one of those heroes where he's good, but he has moments where it's like I don't know what he's doing. So again, with this guy, gearing wise, I do opportunistic and vigorous. You can also run Hawkeye with him because it's gonna help out with his knockdowns. For endless battles, this is what I run. High crit rate. Well, 60 is not really that high, but for him, based on his gears, that's what I got. So this crit rate, when I'm doing PvP, I run either Hawkeye or vigorous, depending on the situation. But generally, this is the set that I normally use. And you want to run HP on the boots, accuracy on the helm, and HP on the glove, generally, right? When it comes to him, the good thing about him is that he can teleport displacement. This is what he gets when he gets to EX30, and he also has big shield. He also heals himself. But again, originally when he was released, he teleported to the back line. Now they changed it to the enemy with the lowest HP, which can be annoying because if the person up front has the lowest HP, it will no longer jump to the back line, which serves really no purpose because you're most likely going to be closer to that person anyways. The whole point of it would be for him to jump into the back line. But that is that. Am I a fan of him? Not necessarily. He does come in clutch sometimes because he's generally the last person standing once your tanks die. If you have Ray, them two will be the last one standing. But overall, he's an okay hero. He's all right. He's like okay hero. Not really one of the top ones like that. Obviously, if you have him at Immortal 5, that's a different story. But for at Immortal, that's what I'm going to be talking about, based on heroes being at Immortal. Above that, it's different. But at Immortal, he's okay. And I think that's that for Carabin. I'm not really going to spend too much time on him because, again, That's primarily what he does. All right, so moving on, we have Teresh, my boy. Love Teresh. Teresh was a game changer when he came out. Great character, still good. Again, when a character has a good passive, that's what keeps them around. So with him, it's not even a matter of, oh, can you power creep him? He probably is power creep, but at the same time, his passive is so great. They've come up with so many different ways to interrupt this passive, but whenever he throws a hero in the back line, whether it be Panda, Wamigan, whoever, whichever of the tanks he throws back there, it just changes the whole dynamic of the fight. Let's just talk about what the passive is. After a certain point in battle, 5 seconds, Teresh throws an ally hero onto the enemy battlefield, dealing damage to the surrounding targets. It also stuns. That's pretty cool, right? And again, the thing about Teresh is that if that said ally next to him dies, he ends up throwing the person with the highest HP. So you gotta be careful with that. If you're new and you have Teresh, and you gotta make sure whoever he's throwing over there can actually survive. So that's one thing to be mindful of, and that's his greatest strength, but also his greatest weakness. For why he's a great frontliner, but you need somebody who can be tanky enough whenever they get on the other side to not just end up dying or dying before you even get a chance to get the throw off. So for gears for Teresh, similar. You want to run opportunistic. You can build him with crit if you're doing endless battles, which is up right now. I don't think we can do it because it's not there, but I would have shown you kind of what I run. So generally I run HP here. Damage reduction possibly would be better, but again, with this one, I had already built it out and I'm just like, you know what, I'll eventually put damage reduction here, right? HP here, HP here, but I was going more for HP because of his totem shields. His totem shields definitely helps out with his tankiness, and once he loses his totem shield, we'll talk a little bit more about the support. That's when he enters into the guardian state, and his battle warlord, inside of that circle you do more damage. Melee damage is doubled, which is great. And that's a good thing about Teresh. I love that he works well with melee based heroes, and again, his passive is what makes him so great. Again, this is why they came out with Cariolis, because Cariolis was supposed to be a counter for Teresh. But overall, Teresh is a great hero. If you ever see his banner up, pick him up because he's going to help out with the tank team. Next up, the linchpin of the tank team is Panda. There's no tank team without Panda. Panda is just so good. If you can get Panda to Immortal 5, go for it. He's definitely going to be worth bringing him to Immortal 5. And again, when it comes to Panda, I run him 2 different ways, for PvE and PvP. For PvE, you generally want to do opportunistic, because again, with the knockdowns, every time he casts a knockdown skill, he'll gain 5% max HP. This guy, you want to have a lot of HP on him. Again, here, this is more for endless battles. Why you see I have so much crit on him. Obviously 48 is not a lot of crit, but again, I focus more on crit in endless battles because that's going to help out with their damage anyways. So here I run accuracy on the helm because I want every time he does his move, they do knockdown. So you want to make sure you have high accuracy on him. If you can get to 300 while still have good HP and damage reduction, you should be okay. But 200 is just as fine. Also here, I'm running damage reduction on the boots because that will help out with his survivability, because at Immortal, he could be sometimes squishy if you don't have those tempered gears. So for PvP, you definitely want to run Resonance. Resonance can also work in PvE, but for me, in PvP, you want to make sure you get that ultimate out fast because of this particular move here. Basically, once he casts his ultimate, let's just go into battle here and show you. So again, with this situation, Panda, he's running Resonance. You want him in Resonance because that way he'll cast his ultimate quicker, and all the other tanks will get the magnetic. Oh yeah, you're telling me about Masrani pulse. I call it a magnetic pulse, but so let's see here. So here, Teresh, those is the character in the back, and it's pretty much over because Panda already cast his ultimate. As you see, everybody's pulsing, and that's where the problem goes, because again, once he does that ultimate, the tanks gain the pulse, which does knockdowns, interrupts, all of that fun stuff. So Panda, again, you need Panda for your tank team. If you don't have Panda, the tank team is not, it's not the same. It's not as potent as it could potentially be. So get you a copy of Panda. I don't think there's any way to get Panda in the game right now outside of his banner coming around. You're most likely gonna have to wait for, actually don't quote me on that, hold on, let's see. I think you can get him here. He's not, he used to be in here, he's not in there. Actually, one place, but you know, it takes a lot to get him here, the competitive store. But you have to get to what, the top 8 to get 2 of these, or you can save them up. One thing I wish they would do is put them here. Let's see if we have any in this bag right here. Oh, here, right here. No, this one. Yeah, one thing I wish they would put him in here. He should be added to that because he's in the store there. That would be great for newer players because then they will gain access to Panda. Again, I see Jaina there, and also Barag and Dominic, but they should add Panda to it because again, Dominic is a key person for the assassin team. Jaina, she's a AoE damage dealing queen, right? But Panda you need for your tank team. And let's actually hop over to the tank team here and we'll go from there. So again, the key thing about the tanks is their commander, Abek. You want to make sure you have a good Abek. This one here I actually like because I have +1 skills for Panda and Teresh, 2 ultimates on Wamigan. Wish I could get the support, which would help because back gains crit damage, front gains attack. Front also get 10% HP and 7% HP for tanks and 10% HP for support. Amazing. I'm not going to re-roll this one because again, I'm locked in for the 3 heroes plus the HP for tanks, or one of the 2. I can't remember off the top of my head. But again, those are the tanks you're gonna need. And of course, before we even get out of here, let's talk about this guy here, Wamigan. As you can see, I've been putting a lot into him in terms of leveling him because again, I just want to say he's very squishy to me. He's just so squishy. I don't know, he's squishy. He's too squishy for how much I put into him, right? Let's actually go over here and we'll look at him this way. So this is what I have on him. This is my endless battle build. Opportunistic, tanks love that. It helps out with the knockdown, damage reduction, and also increasing HP every time you cast a knockdown skill, right? Which is ultimate. Ultimate does knockdown pretty much by the time he casts his 3 ultimates. It's just so much increase in HP all around based on the Abek and also Teresh. Oh, and one other thing I completely forgot about Teresh. So Teresh, once you get him to EX30, he gives the back row 15% increase in max HP. But this is my endless battle build. Crit damage, HP, damage reduction. Look at his crit rate. Look at his damage reduction, and still he's squishy. I actually like this build. I could use this one in PvP, but again, his ultimate doesn't crit, so that's something worth noting. And when he transforms, he becomes a big dragon. He gets his HP back and a full energy bar, but that's at EX30. This is also another option. You can go Surge, same thing, HP, damage reduction, HP. This is not the crit brace one, but this is what I run for PvP. So for PvP, I run HP, damage reduction. But again, I'm not so much focused on the crit rate because that's more for endless battles. So here, as you can see, I've been putting a lot into him because again, I already have him at Awakening 7. I'll eventually get him higher than that, but for me, it's like I'm trying to keep him alive and see how tanky I can get him. Again, I need to get him to higher evolutions, but generally, this is what you want to run if you're running Wamigan. Opportunistic and damage reduction. 84% damage reduction, and you still get one shot by Barag on week 11. One kick and he's dead, just like that. So again, for me, squishy, but Wamigan's great. I like his Awakening. He's a first Awakening tank hero, but at the same time, still a good hero. He actually, with his ultimate now at Awakening 7, it interrupts your move. So whenever they're doing charge, interrupts it. So that's pretty cool. But again, if I had to choose, if all their banners were up, right? Let's just talk about that for a second, and then we'll move on to as well. If all of their banners were up, who would I summon for out of the 4? Panda. Definitely get Panda. Panda is gonna help you out. I like Teresh, don't get me wrong. Teresh is a second choice. And then Wamigan, Carabin. But again, if you ever see Panda's banner, pick them up, build out your tank team. Tank teams going to eventually come back to the meta once they come out with a new tank. Yeah, literally. The new tank's gonna help to push them back to the top if they're not already still back up there. Because summoners with the right tank team, they can get destroyed, because if you throw Panda in the back line, he's in a Mortal 5, they're gonna get destroyed. And I could possibly show you that. Let's see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find our boy. There he is, right there. Boom, this tank team right here. Let's pull up my summoner team and go from there. And yeah, I could lose in this situation. You would think that, but watch. You're gonna throw Wamigan. Let's see if we win here. Because again, this guy, I like his tank team, but this is where the problem goes. So see, now the pulse is going off, and just like that, it's scary now because we could lose. We can lose, but again, what's the problem here? If this was a higher level, I was gonna say if it was a higher level Panda, then it would be over. But again, it's a little tough, a little tricky. Jax is still up, Panda's in trouble, and they also killed what's his name, Anpu. So yeah, but this is what I was saying. I know this. I know this fight. This fight can go one or two ways, but I think we got it. No, we don't. We don't got it. We do not have it at all. It's over for us, right? But again, as you can see, I told you, they can beat the summoner team. They can. Once they get in that back line, and that's the key for Teresh there. And Wamigan, I don't think he's Awakened 5 at all, because I can tell based on when he casts his ultimate. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, no, he's not Awakened 5. I think he's like Awakened 3 or something like that, because Awakened 5, there's multiple strikes from the lightning. Let's see, Awakened 3, and that Panda is Immortal 3. So again, like I said, they can beat the summoner team if they get into that back line, and that's where Teresh comes in. So great showing there. I know I lost, but again, when it comes to this guy, I like his tank team. but putting Masrani with the other support, I didn't even see him. He ended up dying. But if I'm put in dying in that situation, they lost that match. But it is what it is. It happens. So now let's just transition into support, right? We're going to talk about them, eliminate some of them because, again, collab, and some of them are just not relevant. Bada, no. Maybe Awakening. That's all I have to say. No. Just bring Annie to Immortal 5 so you can do this. Go here, that, and that, and then go into the store and pick up. Well, it depends on what works for you, but generally I go in here and I grab 5 of those and keep pushing. So that's what I do with Annie. Sad to say, but that's what I do with Annie, right? We'll talk about Rez. Rez is the other Awakening support. I don't think any of this stuff works. I'm gonna be honest. This I don't see. This explosion thing, I don't see it. This here, I don't even know if this works at all. I don't. I just don't. Because when I was doing exotic expedition, none of that stuff works. So again, they have Rez's Awakening. Just take your time. Just slow roll that. You can get him from the store, and you can get his Awakening material from the store. No point of trying to rush him up to Awakening 7 and all of that fun stuff. Just take your time with Rez. Slowly build him out, get him to Immortal 5, and then get those Awakening crystal. It'll take some time, but just slow build him. Also, now let's talk about, oh, sorry, like just says Rez and it's completely skip up. With Rez, Resonance, and Vigorous, generally, higher is HP, the better it'll be. HP on the boots. I'm supposed to have HP on the helm. Resonance is very annoying because it's very hard to find HP on the helm for this guy. Actually, I think I have one. Let me see. I'm saying it's hard because I've been trying to farm Resonance gear and it's just so hard to find a decent helmet. Let's see. I think I have one. Oh, I do have one. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Rez. Better, right? Perfect. There we go. Maybe that'll make him a little bit better. But generally, I run Vigorous. I used to try attack speed, but is it really necessary? Not necessarily. Resonance is better. Get his ultimate out fast. Comes back quicker. And who you want to run him next to, Panda or Nord. Very easy there. So let's hop over to Fiona. Fiona is great. Great for melee-based heroes. Generally assassins in your vanguards. But I generally run her with my assassins. So right now, assassins are hurting. They are. They're the new, what was that? Energy? No, summoner. Yeah, they're the new summoners now. And summoners are the new assassins because you use summoners everywhere, especially Amp. I use them everywhere. But again, with Fiona here, get her to EX30 so you can get access to the second invincibility that she gives. Obviously, after you do a certain amount of displacements, 15 displacements, right? And with her, again, you want to run Resonance because you want to get that ultimate out fast. And what does the ultimate do? It said 3 high lives with the highest attack gains a shield equal to 12% of Fiona's max HP and also gains the bloom state. We'll talk about in a second. Damage dealt is increased by 15%. You also take 15% reduced damage. And it's 15 seconds long. It could stack up to 3 times. That's insane, right? So it said in the bloom state, each movement skill, displacement, refreshes the shield. The damage increase and reduced damage taken from the bloom state will be calculated after all effects that affect damage have been calculated. But yeah, basically you go into the bloom state, you do more damage and you take less damage. Very simple there. But with her, you want to make sure you have 250 accuracy because that way everyone will gain nectar here. Every 50 accuracy, the number of targets is increased by 1 up to 5 targets. So you want to make sure you get her over 50 accuracy. So let's talk about her gears here. Again, like I said, resonance, HP on the gloves, accuracy on the helm, damage reduction, Pve, PvP. Very simple. Same thing for res and Pve, PvP, those gears that I had there. But generally, Fiona, want to run her on the assassin team or your vanguard team. Thing worth noting is that whenever you put Fiona on assassin team and also the vanguard team, she is going to be on her side by herself. So if somebody can get out of that grouping, they could potentially get to her, and if she dies, then their survivability is now, especially assassins, at risk, right? But that is that for Fiona. We also have 4 other awesome support heroes. So we're gonna go with Pve. I know. So Pve's awesome. Pve's great. If you ever see her banner, pick her up. Bring her to EX30. Bring her to Immortal. Awesome hero. What I'm noticing now about Pve, I'll be the first one to say it, and I don't know if anybody else is saying it, but I'm realizing that I'm starting to veer away from her a little bit because of her healing. The damage reduction is great. The damage increase is great. But in situations like, let me show you here. I'm not going to do it, but I'll attempt it. In this situation here, I don't use Pve because, again, for me, the healing, it's just not enough. And AoE damage is one of the biggest problems, especially on this. This right here, I had to do so much to keep my Ampu alive. Like literally so much to keep him alive. Because, again, with the invincibility. But here, depending on where you are in your process, obviously this is week 11. I don't use Pve because, again, her healing isn't enough. So I ended up using Masrani. But again, I don't want to talk too much about Pve because, again, you cannot access her. Hopefully they do what I say and drop a collab hero on the 3rd week of the new hero banner. But that's that for Pve. Already just follow my recommendation. Pick her up if you ever see her. If you have her, get her to Immortal. Don't play these games. Bring her to Immortal, EX30, Hyper Evolve 120. Definitely recommended. A lot of these support heroes, you're gonna run Resonance. Resonance, HP on the glove, accuracy on the helm, and damage reduction on the boots. It's pretty much the same across the board. More HP. I need more HP on my Pve. I just realized that she does not have enough HP. Yeah, she don't. I need to work on her gear too. But again, she does what she needs to. That's her gears for Pve and PvP, right? So let's hop over to Maz here. With Masrani, I built this out because I was thinking about survivability, not realizing that I should be thinking about resonance, getting the ultimate out because of the battle prayer, because this is what's going to help out your team survivability. The quicker you get this out, the less damage they'll take. And as you can see there, damage received is reduced by 20%, right? And with Masrani, oh, do you really need the X30? Of course, it'll help out with the damage amp. Why do they have damage amp? Don't know. Damage reduction and increase in HP. But for this guy, Immortal 2 and above, because this right here is necessary for PvP now, because everybody's running a 6-man team, especially in Arena. You're gonna have Masrani. So Masrani and PvP is a whole different beast compared to PvE. But again, get him to Immortal 7 to unlock the 6-man. That's pretty much it. I feel like we're going too long. So Masrani, great hero. Get him to Immortal 2 and unlock that Awakening 7. Same thing here for Miranda. Miranda is now the new Awaken hero. Looking good in terms of her Awaken ability. This right here, I'm very interested to see how this works. Hopefully it actually works. That's another thing, because I noticed that about Rez. Awakening 7 for her, pretty much the same thing. She becomes the 6th hero on the team. Obviously, you can stack Masrani with Miranda. Not saying that they can't be on the same team. I'm just saying that you won't be able to get 7 heroes. That would be insane, right? But again, with her, you want to get her to Immortal 2 and eventually get her to Awakening 7. I just need the material to get her to those higher levels. But with this girl here, you want to run her with energy and hunters. That's what she's solely built for. But again, once you get her to Awakening 5, I think she'll end up working on a lot more teams. But with her accuracy, you need damage reduction and HP on the glove. So like I said, most of these support heroes, you want to use resonance on them for PvE and PvP. Quicker you get out the ultimate, the better off your team will be, and it'll help out with your survivability. And of course, her shield, her radiant shield is what helps out with the team survivability. It lasts for 7 seconds, and you also get it at the beginning of the battle. I want to test out, does the radiant feel in the beginning give you those effects? If you know the answer to that question, comment down below. But again, once you get it to Awaken 3, you now get access to re-injection. So as you can see, once the battle starts, once you get her to Awakening 3, everyone, well, not 3 people, I'm saying everyone, 3 people gain the injection, which is a 20% increase to your attack. Wish it was also 10% increase to your HP. That would be interesting, right? Because it will also help out the tanks. But the other support hero is actually here, Canis. And as you can see, Canis has the ability to make other heroes bigger, increasing their max HP. So when you think about max HP, you're thinking your tanks, you're also thinking your vanguards. Those 2 group sets right there do damage based off of HP. So Canis, I use Canis to help out with keeping my Anpu alive in Exotic Expedition, because I made him bigger, and that's one way you keep him alive, because you know that guy, I'll go over there and show you, he does immense amount of damage whenever he casts the move that targets the person that's doing the most damage. So I try to do it here, but what ends up happening is Canis ends up dying, so he doesn't survive us. Again, with Canis, same spell, resonance, Hawkeye, and HP on the boots. You can also do damage reduction there. I think damage reduction might be a little bit better. HP on the glove and accuracy on the helm. You can also run opportunistic. It does work. It does trigger, which is good. It will increase his max HP. It will get some 15% damage reduction from that. This is what I use in endless battles. But for PvP, I want to get that ultimate out. We need to get my tanks bigger. And as you can see from the previous battle where we faced those summoners, he's definitely contributing to why we lost, because they gained max HP, and obviously they were stacked up with Misrani that gives you 20% increase to max HP and a lot of HP over there. That's most likely why we lost. But again, we lost Anpu there, so that's neither here nor there. But this is what you generally want to run. I need to switch this to damage reduction for PvP, but because at the end of the day, it's more beneficial if I can keep him alive for longer versus him having that additional HP. And plus, bringing it to Immortal 2, I'll end up getting that 50% HP back anyway. So definitely want to do damage reduction there. I think I had already had this, so I just put it on there. But damage reduction, accuracy, and HP. Again, Canis is awesome for the tank team, specifically built for that. He also goes in to help out with the knockdowns. He helps out with the knockdowns. So let's try this here. I don't think we're gonna beat it, but generally what I like to do here, and Jax is already dead. You know, Jax is already dead. You can already see it. So look, he casts the Resonant Field, and let him do what he want to do. Let him do what he want to do. I want to control, actually, because my objective here is to try to keep Anpu alive, right? But this is where everybody gets bigger, reduce the damage, and let's see what we can do, because keeping him alive is going to help out. Where's that move? So it's coming right about now. Yeah, this is the AoE one. Actually, he should have invincibility, because again, this is where you can also cast it on himself to make him bigger, and you can pick who you want, and there's no range limit. So here I'm a little concerned about Miranda, so let's get her bigger, because he should have on the invincibility. He died. I should have did Ampu there, but now I know, because I thought he was going to go into the invincibility there. Well, let's see. Let's try it again. And this is what I've been dealing with. So make him bigger just to try to keep him alive a little bit, and put up the feel, because the move that he does where he shoots the missiles up into the air, that move is so devastating. Here it comes. And I think Ampu, no, he's in the invincibility state, so let him stay in that. We now have to worry about the AoE. I'm actually breaking this down. The AoE, right? That's fine. Hold off on it. Let Ampu do what he do. Actually, we need to heal up here. Put up the field. And Ampu's dead. How is he dead? I don't even know. I don't even know. And that's literally what I have to do. This is the strategy that I use to beat, well, not this one, but 10. Where literally I have to raise his HP and pretty much keep him going. She's already dead. Jacksody's already dead. I don't even like that. But Candace does come in clutch here, because he actually increases your max HP. And I feel like Miranda's damage reduction does not work at all here. At all. So make him bigger. Cast the ultimate there. And put up the field. Is he gonna get the invincibility? If he doesn't, then it's gonna be bad. Let's see here. Does he have it on? All right. No, he has on the invincibility. Okay. So there we go. So now he has on the invincibility. He's not gonna die there. Let's see if we can get our ultimates back. We want to cast this, put the shield up. It's just so annoying. So let's see if he survives. He survives that. The next blast is going to be, I have to now use it on him, because he's actually taking a lot of damage. And if he does not survive, then we're in trouble. So here it comes. This is the big explosion here. And this is what I have to do to protect him. See, I lost Candace there, so it's not going to look too good, because he's actually going to die here. Yeah, he's dead. But at the week 10, you can go through that. But this guy, he does a crazy amount of damage from that missile coming out of the sky. It just destroys Ampu. Ampu doesn't even stand a chance. But that's generally how you use Candace. He makes everybody bigger and all of that fun stuff. So who else did we not talk about? We talked about everybody. I think that's everyone, right? Yeah, that's everybody. Nice. Talked about everyone. You've seen what they could do. Some of them are great. If all of their banners are up, obviously Rez is excluded. Miranda's banner is actually up right now, right? Our banner's up right now. Not gonna put Perrin there, because you know she's a collab hero. That's an automatic. There wouldn't even be a choice. Candace's banner's up. Miss Ronnie, you can get through either where? Let me show you where you can get this guy. You can get him through Hero Rally. I can't show it to you here, but I already consumed it. Through this, you can get him here. He's also in where? Where else is he at? He's over here in Recruit. Is he in here? Not this. I always get that confused. He's in here too. Who else is in here from this? Nope, that's it. That's the only support that's in there. Couple of ways to get Miss Ronnie, right? But if all their banners are up, excluding Rez and Purin, I would go for... it's tough. It's really tough, because it's like you need all of them. You do. And plus, there's for the 5 teams. Like I'm looking at it, if you're running 5 teams, right? Because it will be tough which one to pick. It depends on what team you're working on. We have for tanks, Purin works with all 5 classes. Miss Ronnie works with vanguards and tanks, but generally it works well for everyone. I wish there was a way to show you all of the classes, because actually there is one way. But you can't go into this. Why is it that? So we'll just go here, right? This is close enough. So as you can see here, you would run Miss Ronnie, and yeah, this is just take out Daniel, because I don't run Daniel there anyways. But I show you a quick rundown. Just leave it, doesn't really matter. And support. So see here, we're running two of the support, Purin and Masrani. And of course, when it comes to vanguards or assassins, you want to run Fiona. For tanks, this is how you know I haven't changed it. You can take out Rez and put in Canis. That pretty much covers everybody. Also, Miranda works with energy and hunters, but I don't run energy or hunter. Actually, I run energy whenever it's 5 teams, but when it's 3, I might have to change that assassins, because they're they used to be the king of the hills, but now they got moved down. So that is that. We covered all the heroes, support, and tanks. If you made it this far, comment down below Purin, because she's just awesome. Why not? If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. I love you forever. And for those that are rocking with me, make sure you hit the like button. Comment down below how you feel about the class breakdown videos. There's another one coming. I have Assassin and Vanguards. Those are the last 2 classes that I have not covered. If you haven't watched the previous episode, I'll pin it at the end of this video and in the description. So without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.